Hello everyone and welcome to another Elite Four trading video. And today we're going to be discussing, I don't know if it's part 3, part 4, or even part 5 anymore, of the first edition Neo Genesis Lugia return from Beckett and the problems that I've had with the grading and the submission and all that stuff. So yeah, for those of you who, again, don't know, if it's the first time you're watching, I had submitted a card to Beckett, and unfortunately, the card has a puncture or a dent or whatever it is that's there. Sad because it's such a beautiful card, and with the news I'm gonna update us on, story gets even sadder a little bit. So let's see where this goes, but by all means, I'll try to get this through as quickly as I can. There's a few things I want to talk about before I get to the Beckett news. First and foremost, I created a Twitter page. It's at Elite Four Trading, the handle, but 4 is not letters, it's the number. Whereas on Instagram, it's just all letters. So in this case, it's at Elite Four Trading, Elite for the number trading. It's just to give us a different identity of our conversations, of our communication that we can have with news, with updating on, posts or, links and sharing, and, we can have discussions with the whole community this way a little bit. So that's something I decided to do. Hopefully everyone enjoys it. It's basically for those who have already messaged me on Instagram and who are doing it regularly or are leaving comments on YouTube. I really, really appreciate it. I'm so happy you guys are interested just as much as I am. So thank you again for everything. There is a little bit of information here. I have a package. I opened just the top to see, to make it simpler for us. I actually have no idea what this is. Jesus. I have no idea. Well, not the greatest packaging, but I have no idea what this is. And to be quite frank, I can only guess that this is one thing. I'm assuming it's so it's a Pokemon card. I can only assume that this is a Galarian Moltres. And the reason why I'm saying it is because I did not enjoy at all the Chilling Reigns set. I thought it was just bland and bleak and not so exciting. The arts for some of them was really cool, but I found this was the only one that was really worth it. At least I'm hoping this is it. And there you go. Beautiful. I really didn't get the chance to pull it. I opened quite a few Chilling Reign actually, but never had the option of opening it. Or was Chilling Reign the one with the Blaziken? Actually, that one was unbelievable. That one I don't have as a PSA 10 yet. I actually haven't submitted it yet. It's still in my collection here. It's ready to be submitted, but that will have to come, I guess, with a submission video or a returns video, hopefully in the future as well. So I'm so happy to have that card, and that one is something that I've wanted to do, and it's out of the collection, it's in the collection for now. So one purchase, we got that taken care of. We have the Twitter taken care of. Let's get into the news. So, one more thing. I wanted to know pretty much what we should do, what direction we should go in for the opening of, or for new videos. Should we do more openings? Should we do some more content based off of, card analysis, stuff like that? But in this case, I also know that I'll definitely do this at some point. I don't know where. I've debated doing a Twitch. I don't know if this is worth a Twitch video for this, but maybe for future openings, I could do it there and maybe put the highlights here. So up to you. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's a great idea. I also know that I have Evolving Skies sealed waiting in the background. There's a lot more celebrations, by the way. So if that's something you guys want to see as well, we can do that. But there's Evolving Skies, a sealed case of the booster boxes and the Elite Trainer boxes. If someone's interested, if anyone's interested, we can open some. I have what I have from them, as you guys saw in the last video. I know what I wanted, and I have them. But at the end of the day, there is definite information. There's definite amazing cards. There's no information. There's amazing cards in that set. And it would be amazing to pull some of them and to see them on camera and to have them here in the collection. But again, we'll see. It's up to us really to decide what we want to do. I'm not eager to open them. I really don't want to open the Elite Trainer boxes at least. But the booster boxes, I'm open to. I'm open to suggestion. So let me know, like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, notification bells and stuff like that if you're interested. It'd be very nice and very flattering to do so, but like I said, you do it if you want to do it, and that's it. So let's get into the information. about Beckett, I'll do like I did recently. I wrote an email because I wanted to make sure that I got everything on the table. I was putting everything on the table about how I've been feeling, about how this whole process has transpired, and it'll go from beginning to end. I will leave the people who I've dealt with at Beckett as blank named, either a blank representative or a blank account manager, stuff like that. I'll leave them blank. I'm not going to say the names. They have the right to their own privacy, so let's make sure they keep it that way, or that we keep it that way. Hopefully I don't screw it up as I read, and if I do, I'll probably restart. But this is the first shot, so fingers crossed. Hopefully, please. So let's get started. I wrote it kind of in point form at some point, but some of the points are really long. It's like a whole text, it's like a whole essay in some of them. So let's see what we can do. So, dear blank, I wanted to cover what has happened, as I am still in shock about how this whole process has transpired. Let's start from the beginning. 1. I sent the card to Beckett to be graded, and it came back with the puncture and a hair in the casing. 2. I contacted Beckett about those exact aforementioned points. I spoke to a customer service representative who told me to speak about my issue with another representative, blank. I was asked to send the detailed information about what happened and what the order ID was. I was also asked to provide pictures of the card and its shortcomings. I called you back to get information about the email I'd sent, and to my surprise, you, blank, did not know anything about it. You had told me you reviewed the email and yet had no clue about the email I sent. In my opinion, that was poor customer service and troubling for the customer who is expecting to be taken care of professionally. The conversation ended with you mentioning that in order for anything to be done, I would need to resubmit the card to Beckett, resubmit the card so that Beckett can review the cards themselves. The paper I was asked to submit mentioned that there was specific sections on the card that needed to be reviewed, which in this case was the pressure point / puncture. Point 3, I sent the card back to Beckett. Point 4, I received an email mentioning that the card is being sent back to me. I spoke to you, blank, on the phone, wherein you mentioned to me that the picture was not on the card, that the puncture was not on the card, and that it had to do with the casing on or the sleeve. You told me that with regards to any further details, I would have to wait until I received the package and open it, which is actually true. I spoke to this person on the phone, and she told me, yeah, there's updates, but let's just wait till you open the package, and then you can let me know what you think. Okay. So basically, the last video that I submitted about this whole saga here is that I posted is what this point 5 is, and it's a long point, so bear with me. When I received the package, I opened the box, and to my surprise, the card was still punctured, and only the piece of hair was removed. The issue was with the card and not with the sleeve or the casing. It's at this point where I reconnected with you in order to find out what was happening, because just a few days beforehand, you were letting me know that the issue was not with the card itself and that the card was all right. My initial thoughts when I saw the card after opening the package was, she lied to me. She opened the card and she told me the card was not touched, and yet it's still damaged. Which, I mean, for those of you who saw the video, you know I didn't say that out loud or explicitly, but at the end of the day, that is pretty much what I thought of. Just seeing it and saying, I can't believe it. I mean, you definitely heard me say that, though, that I couldn't believe it, and that I can't believe that this beautiful card was actually still damaged after she finished telling me over the phone that it wasn't. So let's get back to that point. Furthermore, if that isn't the truth and she wasn't withholding information from me, then how is it possible that the lead customer service representative on the case is telling me the wrong information? As a whole, the Beckett Grading Services team looks uncoordinated and out of sync. These are facts that need to be known, and the fact that I cannot receive any truthful or accurate information is taxing and stressful, especially when this isn't the first sign of sloppiness and negligence with regards to their customer care, or more accurately, the way I'm being taken care of. The longer the story unfolds, the more I find myself alone and confused in dealing with this. I have to take the time out of my day from work to call Beckett multiple times just to receive inaccurate information, which leads to more calls having to be placed, which is actually true. I've called so many times from work, which is ridiculous because I'm at work. I have things I have to do. That is not even counting the times where I call the service line and I am told from the other representatives that blank is busy, the representative, is busy or in a meeting, and that she will call you back by the end of the day. That has never happened apart from the last time I called Beckett and I had to beg the customer service representative to have blank representative that's dealing with my account call me back before the end of the day. I even had to go as far as search for the account manager, blank account manager's phone number, just to have him talk to her, the representative, so that she can call me back because it was as if she was being ignored after having been, it's as if I was being ignored after having been promised calls back before the end of the day and not having received one at that point in time. Additionally, after all this transpired and after having resubmitted my card for the Beckett team to review, I was asked by blank to once again submit my card, which would be the third time for them to inspect it. And I'm not even kidding at this point. And again, there's no kidding. It's all truth in here. But it's just astonishing and ridiculous. I'm getting emotional saying it, but that's how it happened. They pretty much told me, after I first got the card back, they told me, can we please review the card? Can you send it back so we can see really what the issue is with it? No problem. I sent it back. I get it back. I see that it's still a problem after being lied to pretty much that no, there's no issue. It's not on the card. It's with the casing or the sleeve. And then they ask for the card back again to look at it. No. This is an issue that needs to be, this is unprofessionalism at its finest. And it sucks to say, but at the end of the day, this is my card. I have trust issues now with you, Beckett, sadly. And I think, unfortunately, it paints them in a really bad light, but that's what happened. That's the harsh reality. And I'm the one who's suffering the consequences, only me. So let's put everything on the table and figure it out, which is what this email, the point is to do this. So there's more though. I'll update you again on where I am, if I can find it. That's it. And I never got any calls back. I don't know how many times I've called and I promised that I'd get a call back at the end of the day. Never ended up getting one. I always got the call, or at least I got the information saying, oh, this person's going to call you back. You're sure? Yeah, I promise. End of the day comes around, never. And it's happened at least 10 times. I can't be sure about those numbers. I really can't. But it's happened enough. Really close to 10, maybe even more. I'm not sure. But that's way more than enough to know that you're getting pretty much ignored or that they just don't care. One of the two. So additionally, after all this transpired and having resubmitted my card for the Beckett team to review, did I already say this? Anyway, I was asked by blank once again to submit my card. Yeah, that's what I said. So this part ends with blank representative mentioning to me that she needs to speak to her superiors before she gets back to me. So this is pretty much where you guys all are. So you guys and girls have this information with the other videos. Now we're at new information. And this is point 6. I was contacted by blank representative where she mentions that Beckett is offering me 2 free premium grading vouchers. I explained that this is greatly underwhelming and that we are not even close to being in the ballpark of compensations that we should be discussing. It was mentioned that my compensation is dependent on 2 things. 1, the fact that I have my card and that the current grade and then 2, that the current grade of the card is not of a high enough value. Firstly, I don't understand why me having my card is a problem. If Beckett needed to look at the card in further detail, they should have done so when I resubmitted it. Secondly, I was told that the card did not change in grading despite the puncture. More specifically, I was told that the grade remained a 9 with said puncture. However, I initially submitted the card without a puncture, which would result in a higher grade without that said puncture. Also, what I was made aware of is that the declared value of my card apparently has something to do with the value of the compensation I received. The declared value that I submitted for customs purposes. And I'm going to explain it now. Well, actually, I'll continue reading. It probably explains it somewhat decently, so give me a second. Also, what I was made aware of is that the declared value of my card apparently has something to do with this value, with the value of the compensation I received. We all know what the value of the card is as a 9, what the value of the card is as a 9 or as a 10, and sending my card from Canada costs a lot of money. And if the declared value of the card exceeds a certain amount, the border stops the package and sends it back to me, and it would never make it to Beckett, which is the truth. I've done this I don't know how many times, and unfortunately some of them I've had to go back and forth with FedEx where they've had to reimburse because the person did not know or did not divulge said information, and we were wondering why it was never getting sent back. And I had this gentleman in downtown Montreal at the FedEx, is it in the PVM building, I forget his name, such a gentleman. He had all the information, a really, really good guy. That is probably the best FedEx agent I've ever dealt with. Kudos to that gentleman, he is fantastic. I definitely suggest any from Montreal watching this, if they're going to submit a card to PSA or Beckett or submit a package, go see that gentleman. Therefore, the declared value I submitted is to be able to get the card delivered to you, and the actual value, which bears repeating, is a lot higher, and we all know it. I was offered, as a result, 4 free premium grading vouchers. I said it wrong. I was offered 4 free grading vouchers as a result of today's conversation, even though I explicitly mentioned to blank representative that I am not interested in grading vouchers as compensation. As a result, blank told me she needs to talk to the upper management once again, which again is exactly another point that's ridiculous. They asked me, would you like vouchers as a compensation method? I said no. And yet they come back to me, the first time was the first time. They offered me those 2 and I said no. But the second time, actually no, I'm not even sure at this point. It could have been that they offered me, but anyway, let's just say that's what it is. So let's say that they told me, would you like the 2 vouchers, and then asked me afterwards if I wanted vouchers. And I said no, obviously. Why would you come back and offer me 4? And I don't want vouchers. I want what's due, which is money in this case. So let's see. The next section I wrote about, I felt bad about what I wrote. I'm still a human, and I feel bad for the human reading it, the representative reading it. But like I said, I'm the only one who's suffering consequences, so I wanted to make sure everything was out on the table, but I wrote this as a result. My intentions with this email is not to hurt anyone or cause problems. Rather, my intention was to share with you the harsh reality of what I have had to deal with so far by choosing Beckett as a grading service. It seems as though I have painted a bleak picture, but that has been my experience so far. Writing this up has brought back the feelings of frustration and disbelief I have been dealing with over these last few months, and sharing this with you should show you where I am coming from. If you need any supplementary proof of our conversations, please refer to the recorded calls from the Beckett Grading Customer Service Center, as it is mentioned that the calls are recorded each time I've called. And that is where I left it. There's no new information as of this day, as of this moment. I hope to get an email today. I've written another one. It's been a couple days. I haven't heard anything. And I don't know if it's the hurt feelings of the person reading it. Unfortunately, I had to address it to the representative since that's my main point of contact. But at the end of the day, if I have to go further up, if I have to discuss it with the account manager that I've spoken to previously to do it, I will. But the idea is that I haven't received anything back. So I'm waiting now for more information. I guess I'll have part 4, 5, whatever 6 of this saga in the next video. Maybe actually I'll do the Ultra Premium Celebration after this. Maybe I'll just post it onto YouTube. But again, I'll wait a little bit. I want to see what your thoughts are. I want to see what your opinions are about this whole Beckett stuff, about what we should be opening up. Please let me know, communicate. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. See me on Twitter. See me on Instagram. And until then, try to enjoy your weekend here in Montreal. I know that there's it's kind of ugly out, gloomy, rainy, but hopefully it gets better with Saturday and Sunday coming along. So have yourselves a wonderful day. Boys and girls, take care. And like I said, message me, get in touch with me. Let's communicate. Let's have fun. All right. Take care. Ciao. Bye.